Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the LuckyFerals. Good morning, Boo. How are you, Boo? Hello, Boo. Boo was on free roam all night, but he slept in the cat tower in the front window. Stella is having some wheatgrass this morning. Oh, and Simba is also. Because yesterday I was in PetSmart, I had to buy some cat litter, and they had fresh wheatgrass there. So I picked up a new container of it, and hopefully, maybe today or tomorrow, I'll be able to start grow my own wheatgrass kit and see how that goes. "9:38 a.m. Today's splash is in the cat tower. It is 11:28 a.m. I just came outside to give Hydrox some food. He has the feeder, which goes off in the mornings. I'm probably going to check on that feeder right now. It is about 15 degrees out, but the sun is shining, and it feels warm. But of course, that's in comparison to like 5 degrees last night. And when I looked at the temperature this morning, it was like 2 degrees. So it got down to 0 last night, or really, really close to 0. So this is what the cat shelter is looking like. You can see from the tracks that Hydrox is really only using that side door, which is under the house. This door here has not really been used. There's no tracks going up to it. There's some tracks here going, checking out what's in like this sunroom thing. But that's about it. And yeah, so hopefully if it's sunny today, the sun will help evaporate some of the snow. Nothing has been melting because it was still below freezing, but the snow has been shrinking, and some of the snow that's on the patio has disappeared, like this big area, so it must be evaporating some of it. I see Hydrox. Do you see him? He just walked out of the shelter. He's under the house in that little area there. You can see just part of him right now. So he's been in that nice toasty shelter. So in the super cold weather, he's getting a full can of the cat food. There's Hydrox. He's eating his food. He's reverted back to being scared of me. or just like scarier than he's been. For a while he was kind of coming out of his shell a little bit, but I don't know, maybe with the weather he's just not in the best mood. Remember, feed your feral cats, especially when it's winter and it's cold out and there's snow. Because what would Hydrox be doing right now if I wasn't giving him this food? He'd be out scavenging it, maybe trying to get one of the other neighbors to give him some food. There's not a whole lot of hunting that he could be doing with this much snow. I want to reiterate the fact that I will never again use Dr. Elsie's litter in this loop litter box or any sifting litter box, because I just spent about 15 minutes poking through all these holes with like a small utensil to get all of this stuck litter out of it. It gets wet and it's clay, so it turns into these really sticky and stubborn lumps, and it was just really a nightmare. And I feel like I'm not going to get this like 100% clean for quite some time, just because that clay is so freaking stubborn, and I'm working on this like utility tub. So maybe if I could take it outside, like if the weather warmed up and I could take it outside and give it a good scrub and hose down. But yeah, from now on I'm sticking to the world's best cat litter with this litter box. This is the cat litter that I bought in PetSmart yesterday. I went to buy the world's best cat litter in the red bag. They actually had it on sale because that's what I've used in the past. And then I saw this. This says it's advanced. It's the world's best cat litter, multiple cat strength. This says 0 mess with concentrated power, 2 times better clumping and more odor control with less litter. And I did not put this entire bag in there. This is a 12-pound bag, and the world's best cat litter, the multiple cat strength in the red bag, it was like a 14 or 15-pound bag. It was a few pounds heavier, but I bought this one instead. I would say this is about 3/4 of the bag, and that's all I'm going to put in here. Now I'll leave the rest for the future when I need to top it off. After you scoop out some clumps, then the amount of litter goes down. So whatever's left in the bag, I could put back in the litter box. So on the back it says for 1 cat, this can last 75+ days. Wow. For 2 cats, it can last 35+ days, and for 3 cats, it could last 25+ days. Once a month, I give all the litter boxes a really good scrubbing, and then I replace all of the litter. And to keep me like on schedule with that, I try to do it the first weekend of the month. I find if I do something like that, like if I set a schedule like that, like a repeating schedule, I actually don't forget about it, and I just make sure I make time in my schedule to make that happen. So that's my current litter schedule, and this is the first time I'm using this advanced 0 mess litter, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Anything has to be better than that Dr. Elsie's litter in the sifting litter box. I do like the Dr. Elsie's litter in the other litter boxes. I find it works well, but for this sifting litter box, I'm going back to the world's best cat litter. Okay, I just cleaned out Boo's litter box and put some fresh litter in, and I came back into his room, and here he is. He likes to lay in the sun. So what happens is, as the sun moves around the room, so does Boo. So usually around this time of day, he'll be laying on the floor somewhere. A lot of times it'll be on top of one of his scratchers. And then when the sun's on the day bed, he'll be there. And then when the sun's in the cat tower, he'll be there. So right now I have to vacuum, so he's not going to be happy. He's going to run under the day bed. Ready? I also want to rave about this new vacuum. So I'm still vacuuming the house on this charge. They say a charge could last for like 20 minutes of vacuuming, and I vacuumed all around the litter downstairs. Like when I was changing the litter boxes, I vacuumed out that whole area. And then I went upstairs and I vacuumed out Boo's room. Then I was vacuuming the hall and part of the living room, like around the cat trees and everything. Now I'm downstairs, I'm vacuuming the green rugs, and I'm vacuuming the cat tower. And check this out. So this is pre-vacuum and this is post-vacuum. There's like a huge difference, and none of the other vacuums that I've ever used on this cat tree made such a big difference. So there it is before I use the vacuum. And there it is after I've used the vacuum. I mean, it barely took any time at all, and it is just like, there's like no hair on it, which is amazing. I mean, there's always going to be a few strays, but there's like a huge difference. Now, I'm not trying to sell a Dyson to anyone. It's just, I really like this product. I think the reason I like it, there's two main reasons why I really like this. One is it seems more like a power tool than a vacuum, which is awesome. And the reason why is because it has a ridiculous amount of suction, and also because it's cordless. So there's three things that I really like about it. The fact that it's cordless, the fact that it has amazing suction, and the fact that it feels more like a power tool than a vacuum. The tree is coming down today, and I am half sad because I am going to miss the tree. I like having a live tree for Christmas, but at the same time, I'm happy because I have extra room. Now I could put everything back where it was, or maybe even like rearrange some furniture. But I wanted to make an observation while I'm filming these videos. So this was the first year that the tree was not in front of the window, but it was also the first year that the tree was not watered as much as it is normally watered, because the cats were hanging out under it. I didn't want them drinking the water. I did not water it as much. I would say the entire time the tree was here, maybe I watered it like 3 times, like that would be it. And normally I water it a lot more than that. I keep it watered like every other day or every day. So here's what happens when you don't water a tree. It turns into like a cactus. Like, it is so dry right now, and all of these needles are like really prickly. It's like, now I understand why they call them needles, because when they dry out, they do get sharp, and like the branches are like really brittle. Like, do you see how brittle this is? It is super brittle, and I've never had a tree get to this state. I like to buy my Christmas trees the week after Thanksgiving, so not the day after Thanksgiving. Like, you know, you have like Black Friday and then Small Business Saturday. I don't like buying my tree that soon, but I like to buy it the weekend after that. And this year I did not buy it that early, and that's another reason why the tree is so dry. I've also found that the longer you wait to buy a tree, the more dried out the tree is when you actually then put it up. Because if you buy it sooner, like when it's closer to being cut, like closer to coming off the farm, and then when you put it in water, it just stays better. So that's the story of this year's tree. I was really happy with it. I like the shape of it. I like the size of it. It was a little bit small. I do like trees that are a little bit taller than this, but I think it worked well for the first year with the cats and the first year with shatterproof ornaments. So that was it. Thank you for your service, tree. It was a lovely holiday season with you in the house, and I will be taking you outside so you can be recycled.